Genesis 6, Good News Bible. When people began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of human beings were beautiful. So they took for themselves any woman they chose. Then the Lord said, I will not allow people to live forever, they are mortal. From now on they will live no longer than 120 years. In those days, and even later, there were giants on the earth who were descendants of human women and the heavenly beings. They were the great heroes and famous men of long ago. When the Lord saw how wicked everyone on earth was and how evil their thoughts were all the time, he was sorry that he had ever made them and put them on the earth. He was so filled with regret that he said, I will wipe out these people I have created, and also the animals and the birds, because I am sorry that I made any of them. 8 But the Lord was pleased with Noah. This is the story of Noah. He had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Noah had no faults and was the only good man of his time. He lived in fellowship with God. 10 But everyone else was evil in God's sight, and violence had spread everywhere. God looked at the world and saw that it was evil, for the people were all living evil lives. God said to Noah, I have decided to put an end to all people. I will destroy them completely, because the world is full of their violent deeds. Build a boat for yourself out of good timber, make rooms in it and cover it with tar inside and out. Make it 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for the boat and leave a space of 18 inches between the roof and the sides. Build it with 3 decks and put a door in the side. I am going to send a flood on the earth to destroy every living being. Everything on the earth will die, but I will make a covenant with you. Go into the boat with your wife, your sons, and their wives. Take into the boat with you a male and a female of every kind of animal and of every kind of bird, in order to keep them alive. Take along all kinds of food for you and for them. Noah did everything that God commanded. The Lord said to Noah, Go into the boat with your wife, your sons, and their wives. Take into the boat with you a male and a female of every kind of animal and of every kind of bird, in order to keep them alive. Take along all kinds of food for you and for them. And so Noah did, he did everything that God commanded him. Good News Bible. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark with all your family, because I have found that you alone are righteous among the people of this time. Take with you 7 pairs of each kind of richly clean animal, but only 1 pair of each kind of unclean animal. Take also 7 pairs of each kind of bird, so that every kind of animal and bird will be kept alive and able to reproduce on the earth. 7 days from now I am going to send rain that will fall for 40 days and nights, in order to destroy all the living beings that I have made. And Noah did everything that the Lord commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came on the earth. He and his wife, and his sons and their wives, went into the ark to escape the flood. A male and a female of every kind of animal and bird went into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded. 7 days later the flood came. When Noah was 600 years old, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, all the outlets of the vast body of water beneath the earth burst open, all the floodgates of the sky were opened, and rain fell on the earth for 40 days and nights. On that same day Noah and his wife went into the ark with their 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. With them went every kind of animal, domestic and wild, large and small, and every kind of bird. A male and a female of each kind of living being went into the ark, just as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut the door behind Noah. The flood continued for 40 days, and the water became deep enough for the ark to float. The water became deeper, and the ark drifted on the surface. It floated on the water and was carried about by the storm. The water covered the earth, the ark floated on it. The water became deeper, and even the highest mountains were covered by about 7 meters. Every living being on the earth died, every bird, every animal, and every person. Everything on earth that breathed died. The Lord destroyed all living beings on the earth, human beings, animals, and birds. The only ones left were Noah and those who were with him in the ark. The water did not start going down for 150 days. Genesis Noah Part 3. God did not forget about Noah and all the animals with him in the ark. He caused a wind to blow, and the water started going down. The outlets of the water beneath the earth and the floodgates of the sky were closed. The rain stopped, and the water gradually went down for 150 days. On the 17th day of the 7th month the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The water kept going down, and on the first day of the 10th month the tops of the mountains appeared. After 40 days Noah opened a window and sent out a raven. It did not come back, but kept flying around until the water was completely gone. Meanwhile, Noah sent out a dove to see if the water had gone down, but since the water still covered all the land, the dove did not find a place to light. It flew back to the ark, and Noah reached out and took it in. He waited another 7 days and sent out the dove again. It returned to him in the evening with a fresh olive leaf in its beak. So Noah knew that the water had gone down. Then he waited another 7 days and sent out the dove once more. This time it did not come back. When Noah was 601 years old, on the first day of the first month, the water was gone. Noah removed the covering of the boat, looked around, and saw that the ground was getting dry. By the 27th day of the second month the earth was completely dry. God said to Noah, "Go out of the boat with your wife, your sons, and their wives. Take all the birds and animals out with you, so that they may reproduce and spread over all the earth." So Noah went out of the boat with his wife, his sons, and their wives. All the animals and birds went out of the boat in groups of their own kind. Noah built an altar to the Lord. He took one of each kind of richly clean animal and bird, and burnt them whole as a sacrifice on the altar. The odor of the sacrifice pleased the Lord, and he said to himself, "Never again will I put the earth under a curse because of what people do. I know that from the time they are young their thoughts are evil. Never again will I destroy all living beings, as I have done this time. As long as the world exists, there will be a time for planting and a time for harvest. There will always be cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night."
As Christians, there are several key lessons we can learn from Genesis 6. It reminds us of the devastating consequences of sin and the importance of living a righteous and obedient life before God. God's justice and mercy. While God was just in his decision to bring judgment upon the earth, he also demonstrated his mercy by sparing Noah and his family. The importance of righteousness. Noah is described as a righteous man who walked with God. His righteousness and faithfulness in the midst of a corrupt generation serve as a powerful example for us. It reminds us of the significance of living upright lives and maintaining a close relationship with God. God's provision and guidance. God provided Noah with specific instructions to build the ark, gather the animals, and prepare for the flood. Through these instructions, we learn about God's faithfulness in providing for his people and guiding them through challenging times. The power of obedience. Noah's obedience to God's commands was instrumental in his survival and the preservation of life on earth. It emphasizes the importance of obedience in our relationship with God. Obedience demonstrates our trust in God and aligns us with his purposes. God's faithfulness to his promises. God made a covenant with Noah after the flood, promising to never again destroy the earth with a flood. It reassures us that God is steadfast and reliable, and He keeps His word. The hope of restoration. After the flood, God brought restoration to the earth, and Noah and his family emerged from the ark to start a new beginning. The consequences of sin. Genesis 6 highlights the wickedness and evil that had spread among humanity. It shows us the devastating effects of sin and how it grieves the heart of God. It serves as a reminder of the importance of living righteously and seeking to please God. God's judgment and mercy. Despite the wickedness of humanity, God showed both judgment and mercy. He decided to bring a flood to cleanse the earth of its corruption, but extended mercy to Noah and his family by instructing them to build an ark to be saved. Faith and obedience. Noah is described as a righteous man who walked with God.